Ever feel like you're stuck in a loop? Same challenges, same story, same frustrations. What if I told you it's not your circumstances playing on repeat, it's your frequency? In the next few minutes, you'll discover how powerful subconscious patterns are locking you into the same reality, and how a single shift in energy can unlock an entirely new life. This isn't wishful thinking. It's quantum science, neuroscience, and spiritual wisdom working together. Stay with me, because what you learn here could break your pattern cycle forever. Have you ever noticed how sometimes, no matter how hard you try, life seems to hand you the same challenges in different disguises? It feels like the same arguments with loved ones, the same financial struggles, or even the same health concerns come back around, as if life itself is stuck on repeat. Science shows us this isn't just coincidence. It's your subconscious mind running old programs. According to research from the National Science Foundation, over 90% of our thoughts are repetitive, and about 80% of those are negative. That means most of us are literally recreating the same patterns, the same decisions, and therefore, the same outcomes, day after day. It's like driving with the same GPS coordinates punched in. You'll always end up in the same destination, unless you deliberately enter a new address. Now here, where it gets interesting. Neuroscience tells us that our brains are designed for efficiency. When you repeat certain thoughts or behaviors, your brain wires them together through something called neuroplasticity. That wiring becomes a superhighway of habit, making it easier to follow the same path tomorrow as you did yesterday. So if your self-talk says, "I'm not good enough," or "money never comes easily to me," your brain reinforces that belief, and your actions follow along, leading to the same old reality. And this is why so many people feel like they're stuck in a loop they can't escape. But here, the empowering part. Quantum physics teaches us that reality isn't fixed, it's fluid, shaped by observation and intention. Dr. Joe Dispenza and other researchers in the field of quantum biology explain that your thoughts aren't just mental chatter, they're frequencies. Each thought broadcasts a signal, and the universe responds by reflecting circumstances that match that frequency. Think of it like tuning a radio. If your dial is set to 88.7 FM, you won't hear what's on 104.5 FM. In the same way, if your internal frequency is fear, doubt, or scarcity, you'll only pick up experiences that resonate with those emotions. But if you shift the dial toward gratitude, abundance, and trust, you start picking up a completely new set of experiences. This might sound abstract, but let's bring it down to earth with a simple lifestyle example. Imagine you wake up and the first thing you do is check your phone. You scroll through the news or social media, and your mind instantly starts comparing, worrying, or stressing. That single act sets the tone for your entire day, programming your brain and your body to live out the same stress-driven reality. Now, shift the script. Instead, what if you began your day with 5 minutes of slow breathing, a glass of water, and one clear intention for how you want to feel today? That tiny shift tells your subconscious, today, we're driving to a new destination. Over time, these small adjustments add up to what scientists call an upward spiral, rewiring your brain for positivity and resilience. And here's a gentle tip many people overlook. Your environment matters just as much as your mindset. If you surround yourself with clutter, negativity, or constant noise, your nervous system stays on edge, and your subconscious stays stuck in survival mode. But if you create small pockets of peace, like keeping a clean corner where you meditate, adding calming music, or simply stepping outside for sunlight, you give your brain and body permission to reset. It's not about overhauling your life overnight, but about sending your system consistent signals that a new reality is safe to step into. So let me ask you, what's one pattern you've noticed keeps showing up in your life? Maybe it's in relationships or finances or health. I want you to reflect on it now, because in the upcoming sections we're going to explore practical tools that allow you to break that loop and step into a higher version of your reality. But for now, remember this: you're not broken, and you're not doomed to repeat the past. Your brain is simply efficient. Your subconscious is simply loyal to old programs, and your energy is simply tuned to an old frequency. And the moment you choose to shift that frequency, you unlock access to entirely new possibilities. And before we go deeper, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, because this channel is dedicated to sharing evidence-based, life-changing practices to help you transform from the inside out. Every week, we bring new tools to help you align with the reality you truly want. And by joining us, you'll have the guidance and community you need to make those shifts stick. Now that you understand why reality keeps repeating, let's talk about how to actually shift it, what many call a quantum shift. Remember, a quantum shift isn't about suddenly becoming someone else overnight. It's about shifting the frequency you broadcast so the reality you experience aligns with that new energy. Think of it as upgrading the software in your subconscious mind. And like any software, it updates in steps. Step 1 is awareness. You cannot change a program you don't recognize. The next time you feel triggered by the same old pattern, maybe a partner criticizes you, or a bill arrives that stresses you, pause. Instead of reacting on autopilot, say to yourself, "This is the old loop." Numbing it disarms it. Psychology research shows that labeling emotions reduces activity in the amygdala, the brain's stress center, and increases activity in the prefrontal cortex, which is your rational decision-making center. Just by calling it out, you've already started the shift. Step 2 is to create a new vision. Neuroscientists like Dr. Andrew Huberman emphasize that the brain responds strongly to imagery. When you hold a mental picture of who you want to become, your brain starts wiring toward it, even if it hasn't happened yet. This is why elite athletes rehearse winning in their minds before they ever step on the field. You can do the same. Take a few minutes each day to visualize not just what you want, but how it feels. Imagine walking through your day confident, healthy, or financially free. The key here is feeling. As Dr. Joe Dispenza says, the thought sends the signal out, but the feeling brings the experience back. Step 3 is aligning your body. Thoughts alone aren't enough if your nervous system is locked in stress. Simple practices like breathwork, meditation, or mindful movement reset your physiology. For example, box breathing, inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, holding again for 4, has been shown to regulate heart rate variability and calm the nervous system. When your body relaxes, your subconscious becomes more open to reprogramming. This is why so many people find breakthroughs not when they're stressed at a desk, but when they're relaxed in the shower or on a walk. Step 4 is taking micro-actions that match your new frequency. Let's say you're shifting from scarcity to abundance. Ask yourself, what's one small action today that a person living in abundance would take? It could be donating a small amount to charity, treating yourself to something modest without guilt, or simply expressing gratitude for what you already have. These microactions signal to your subconscious that you're no longer living in the old frequency. Over time, they snowball into massive shifts. Step 5 is persistence. Just like exercising a muscle, reprogramming your reality takes repetition. Researchers estimate it takes at least 66 days for a new habit to become automatic. That means you'll have moments when the old reality feels stronger than the new one, and that's normal. The key is to return to your practice without judgment. Every time you do, you're reinforcing the new pathway and weakening the old one. And here's a lifestyle tip that adds even more power. Protect your inputs. What you watch, listen to, and read is food for your subconscious. If you constantly consume negativity, fear, or gossip, your brain wires those frequencies into your being. But if you surround yourself with uplifting podcasts, nourishing food, nature, and positive people, your subconscious gets a steady diet of the reality you want to build. This is why community is so vital. You don't have to do this alone. Now I want you to pause and imagine, what would your life look like if you practiced these 5 steps every single day for the next 90 days? Imagine your relationships shifting, your opportunities opening, your health improving, not because the world changed randomly, but because you shifted the signal you're sending into the world. That is the power of the quantum shift. And let's be clear, this isn't just positive thinking. This is neuroscience plus quantum biology plus practical lifestyle design. You're not ignoring reality, you're choosing to create it consciously. That's the difference between being a passive passenger in your life and being the driver of your reality. So I'll leave you with a challenge. Tonight, before you go to sleep, write down one old loop you want to break and one new vision you want to embody. Then tomorrow morning, take just 5 minutes to breathe, visualize, and step into that vision. Do this consistently, and you'll begin to notice small synchronicities, unexpected opportunities, and subtle shifts that confirm you're no longer stuck in the old cycle. And if you're finding this helpful so far, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and share this with someone you know who feels stuck. You might be the reason they discover the possibility of a new reality. So let's bring everything together. You've seen how repeating realities aren't random, they're the byproduct of subconscious programs, wired habits, and energetic frequencies that keep you living the same story. You've also learned that through awareness, vision, nervous system alignment, micro-actions, and persistence, you can initiate what's called a quantum shift, stepping into a higher version of your life experience. But the truth is, this isn't just theory, it's a practice. And every single one of us, no matter where we come from or what we've been through, has the power to begin. The beauty of this work is that even the smallest shift can ripple out into massive change. Think about it. A single thought of gratitude changes the chemistry of your brain, releasing dopamine and serotonin, which then alter your mood, your body language, and even the way people respond to you. A single choice to pause instead of react can change the entire tone of a conversation, preserving trust in a relationship that might have otherwise spiraled. And a single moment of visualization before bed can plant seeds in your subconscious that sprout opportunities in the days and weeks ahead. It's not about waiting for life to magically transform. It's about you becoming the conscious architect of your own experience. And yes, there will be resistance. Your old self, the one wired for the loop, will try to pull you back into comfort zones that feel safe but stagnant. That's natural. But remember, discomfort is the sign of growth. If you feel the stretch, if you feel the tug of old habits, it means you're on the edge of transformation. The only way to create a new reality is to step beyond the boundaries of the old one. This is why persistence and community matter so much, because your future self is waiting, and it's stronger than your past. Here's a gentle lifestyle reminder as you move forward. Don't underestimate the power of rest and self-care. Quantum shifting isn't about pushing harder, it's about aligning deeper. Give yourself time to unplug, to nourish your body with whole foods, to hydrate, and to sleep. Research from Harvard shows that sleep isn't just for rest, it's when your brain consolidates new patterns, locking in the shifts you're practicing during the day. So if you ever feel like you're not making progress, ask yourself if what you really need is permission to rest and reset. Sometimes the greatest leap forward comes from slowing down. And here's something else. Celebrate the tiny wins. Too often we only celebrate big breakthroughs, but neuroscience shows that even micro-rewards reinforce habits. When you notice yourself pausing before reacting, give yourself credit. When you take one small action aligned with abundance, acknowledge it. These celebrations release dopamine, which acts as fuel for your new identity. Over time, this rewires your subconscious to expect success instead of failure. Now I want you to imagine your life 6 months from today. If you begin practicing these shifts daily, who will you become? Picture your mornings filled with calm focus, your relationships with more compassion, your finances with more flow, and your health with more vitality. This isn't just a fantasy, it's a future waiting to be created by your consistent choices. That future self is real, and you are capable of meeting them sooner than you think. But here, the key. Don't try to do it all alone. Join communities, learn from others, and surround yourself with people who uplift you. And this channel is here to be that space for you, a place where science, spirituality, and practical wisdom meet, and where you'll always find encouragement to keep going. So if you haven't already, take a moment now to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Not only will you stay connected with weekly guidance, but you'll also become part of a growing circle of people committed to living consciously and breaking free from the cycles that hold them back. And if this message resonated, share it with someone in your life who's been feeling stuck. You never know. The simple act of sharing could be the spark that inspires their transformation. Before we close, I want to leave you with one empowering thought. The loop you've been living is not your destiny, it's just your programming. And programming can be rewritten. Every breath you take, every thought you choose, every action you commit to is an opportunity to quantum shift. Don't wait for tomorrow, begin now. Your future self is waiting, and they're ready to thank you for the courage you showed today.